The Eagles go into Sunday's matchup missing one of their best players, but I want to talk about why I don't think it's going to hurt us as much as it has in the past. Also, I want to talk about Danny Dimes getting cut from the New York Giants and why people are saying he might end up still in the NFC East. And lastly, I want to talk about one guy that I don't think is getting the flowers he deserves, and this defense is doing amazing, and he's been a real big part of it. So let's talk about it.
You want Philly food?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. It's your boy Joe Castro, a.k.a. Philly Fresco, and it is another episode of Philly the podcast. So, like I said, today I want to just get right into it, man, because I feel like there's a lot going on this weekend. I'm excited for this weekend. I feel like this is a big game for mainly our defense. I think our offense can, obviously do some things, and it'll be nice to see them go out there and blow them out. But I think defensively, this is where you can really make your mark and make a statement of just kind of who you are. So, let's get right into it. Obviously, the biggest news coming out of Philadelphia right now is that Devonta Smith is not going to be playing with the team on Sunday. He's dealing with a hamstring injury. Did not practice all week. Good news is that guys like Jalen Hurts were dealing with an injury, but they will be playing. We also do know that Bryce Huff is not going to be playing. He's going to be getting a surgery. We're hoping to get him back towards the end of the year, which I'll talk about that a little bit more. But Devonta Smith is a huge loss. Devonta Smith is a huge loss. We all know what he brings to this team. I mean, when you look at the numbers, maybe you say, hey, he hasn't been doing anything too crazy as of late. Yeah, we've been more run heavy, which brings me to the point that I don't think that it's going to kill us as much as it has in the past. Even if you look at in the first couple of weeks, we lost A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. I feel like if they had the mentality that they have now, it wouldn't have hindered our offense as much as it did. We now run the heck out of the ball, right? We run the heck out of the ball. We're under center, way more. I believe we went up I think it was from anywhere around 5%, I think, last year to right now like 23%, which is insane amount of difference. But we also have the second highest success rate when it comes to under center snaps. So we have a different identity. We are a different team than we've been in past years. And I think that that's going to really help us kind of offset the loss of a Devonta Smith. Again, you're never gonna, it's never a good thing to lose a guy like Devonta Smith. You want a guy like that out there. It sucks to lose him, but it's nice to be able to get guys like Britton Covey, if he's gonna be a full go, Britton Covey in there, maybe see if he gets some snaps as a wide receiver, see if Jahan Dotson can maybe take advantage of this situation. Let's not forget, Jahan Dotson, I mean, at the end of the day, his only real time of being a realistic option or being one of the higher options is when we didn't have A.J. Brown or Devonta Smith. So there was nobody on the other opposite side getting him open or taking, pressure off of him. So maybe this is a good time. Now that you don't have Devonta Smith, you do have A.J. Brown on the other side. Maybe this is the time you see Jahan Dotson get a little bit more confidence, get a little bit more utilization, and it's a perfect time because we're heading into this playoff push. So this is a big game, and it does suck to lose Devonta Smith, but between the run game, between the other weapons that we have in the pass game, let's not forget Dallas Goedert, Grant Calcaterra coming on. They're probably going to keep on trying to get Johnny Wilson, Anaya Smith the ball, try and get them going. So it's going to be good to see some of the other weapons kind of get utilized. And at the end of the day, this is a Saquon Barkley world. This is all Barkley's world. Go out there and run for another 130 yards. I think he's averaging 130 yards this year from scrimmage, which is just insane. Just insane. So, yeah, let Saquon go out there, run wild. That's all we need to do. That's our identity. And I like it. I'm not going to lie. I'm really falling in love with it. I think everybody's really falling in love with it. Now, if you're falling in love with it, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We've really gotten some crazy traction over the past couple of days and weeks. So I really appreciate it, man, coming back to do these. It's always fun. But yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe, share it with a friend, whatever it is y'all do out there and YouTube land, go ahead and do it. So next thing I want to talk about is a guy that I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about, all right? And realistically, this is a guy that a lot of people were telling me in the offseason, look, he's got to step it up. He's got to be better. He's got to go out there and ball out for us to really feel like he's a guy that is going to get that next contract, because that's what he's working for, and that's Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat is leading this group, leading this defense in sacks, leading this team in sacks. And he is really not getting the recognition he deserves. We talk about Nolan Smith starting to come on, which is beautiful to see. We talk about Zach Bond, who is leading the league right now in defensive stops. And I think by a good margin, like a 5-6 stop margin. So he's been incredible. We talk about Quinyon. We talk about all these guys, and very rightfully so. Josh Sweat has been a key piece. I feel like every time you look at this Eagles defense, whenever you're biting your fingernails like we need to stop, you always see him in the play. You're always seeing him doing something. So I love to see that, man. I really think that Josh Sweat is really starting to earn. And every year it's been something, whether it's his health, whether it's, starting off hot, kind of fizzling towards the end. He's never had that full season where I feel like he's just gone crazy. He's had a couple bad weeks in the beginning of the year, but ever since then, he's just come on. Like I said, every week I feel like I'm seeing him in the stat sheet with a sack. So I think people need to talk about him a little bit more. People need to realize what Josh Sweat is doing right now for the Philadelphia Eagles and what the Philadelphia Eagles are doing with Josh Sweat. So I would love to know if you guys think he is ready for his next contract, because he is on a contract year. This is going to be a big year for him. Do you guys think he's done enough to earn that next contract? We still got to pay guys like Zach Bond if you want to bring him back. That's really kind of about it, right? I mean, who else is a free agent? I'm trying to think. Not many other free agents. We got our guys kind of set up. So I think that he's going to be a big part of this team moving forward. I think that you want to start building that rotation that we used to have back in 2017, even 2020. You could look back at. We had a nice stable of a bunch of guys, a bunch of pass rushers ready to go. I think we're starting to build that, and I think we're starting to get there. So I'm excited to see what happens right there. Now, last thing I want to talk about is Danny Dimes. All right, I've seen maybe far too many, and I've thought about it maybe far too much. I've seen a lot of people talking about that the Eagles and the Cowboys can do the funniest thing. Eagles still have a game against the Giants. I think we still have 2 against the Giants, if I'm not mistaken, or 1 at least. The Cowboys have another game against the Giants. So a lot of people are talking about bringing Daniel Jones, letting him. He would have to, he's not going to clear he would have to clear waivers, because I'm not picking up his contract. But if he cleared waivers and ended up in Philadelphia as a backup, ended up in Dallas as a backup, that would be hilarious. I think, if we're being 100% honest, if Dallas can kind of get by who he is, where he's coming from, it kind of makes sense for them. I'm going to be real with you. You're looking for a backup. You're looking for somebody that can give you life even when Dak Prescott goes down. Now, do I think that Daniel Jones is a good player? No, I do not think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he'll ever be a starter in the league again, but I do think he's a high-end backup. I think that he's a guy that can go into a game or two and give you some good plays. I don't think you can rely upon him to bring you to a playoff game, really. Even I don't think he's a guy that can lead your team. I don't think he's a guy that can carry your team. But if you're a team like Dallas that's just looking for somebody for a week or two to give Dak Prescott that time, because he's not getting any younger, it makes sense to take a little flyer on him. Another team, it makes sense for the Eagles as well, in a sense that, do you trust him more than Kenny Pickett? I've seen people say that they do trust him more than Kenny Pickett. I don't think Kenny Pickett's that good. I haven't seen Kenny Pickett really playing with our starters. I thought he'd be a little bit better. He's not. At the end of the day, I don't think that Daniel Jones is going to end up as an Eagle. I don't think he'll end up as a Cowboy. Part of me doesn't think he'll end up as an NFL player come next year, but it'll be very interesting to see what happens. I'm good. I just don't want the drama. It would be funny. I'm going to be real with you. It would be kind of funny, and it would be kind of cool if we're playing against the Giants and it doesn't matter, and, we're already in the playoffs, have Daniel Jones go out there and play them. That would be funny. I think we would all look at that. You got beat by your own quarterback. I think that would be hilarious. It would be awesome. And more that I say it, start to talk myself. No, Joe. No, Joe. You can't do it. We're not doing it. No Daniel Jones. No Daniel Jones in Philly. Let's just not do it. Let's not waste our time. I think that it would be, a cool story. Cool story, bro. But no, I'm not going for it. I don't want to see it. But I would love to know what you guys think. How do you guys feel about Daniel Jones? I'm surprised that they cut him, but I'm not surprised that they cut him. It's a weird place to live in right now. It's what a time to be alive. But let me know what you guys want to talk about in the comments, man. Let me know if this title was a little bit too clickbaity, because I know last title y'all hated it, but I love it. Why not? It starts a conversation. But y'all know what it is, man. I love y'all. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. But yeah, it's Flag was Fly. And we are out here. Peace!
Everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly was flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season head, early time to do 'em in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.